Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome into the broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live tonight for Super Bowl 56. What a fantastic NFL season it has been. And it all culminates at the state-of-the-art SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. A pitch-perfect Sunday afternoon in LA. Beautiful temperatures at a beautiful stadium, and we're ready to go. The Los Angeles Rams, coincidentally at their home stadium, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Who will reign victorious in Super Bowl 56? That's the big question. That will be answered over the next few hours. The crowd's fired up. We're ready to go. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson out on the field. He's firing up the crowd, and we are just about set to kick this one off. We already got some people in here. What's good, Ben? Welcome into the broadcast. Gisiro as well as in the house. Nice to see you, my man, as well as Ben. Ben says he has the Bengals winning today, 23-17 over the Rams. I respect that decision. I think it's going to be an extremely close game, but I'm going with the Rams ultimately. I'll say 31-28. I joined my good friend's Super Bowl pregame show earlier in the day. That was my prediction, so I'm sticking with it. I'm taking the Rams, but I expect it to be a very close game. At the same time, I could see the Bengals winning, but I think the Rams defense will be too much to handle for the Cincinnati offensive line, but who knows? Maybe I will be proven wrong. What's good, Hugo? Hugo's in the house. We are ready to go. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson still out there on the field, stealing the show. He's getting this crowd ready to go as the players anxiously await for the ceremonies to finally get over with and for this game to get underway. The crowd ready to go. Cincinnati in their first Super Bowl since 1988. What a season it's been for the rookie Evan McPherson. He'll kick off for Cincinnati in this postseason. He's had 19 kickoffs, 7 of which have been returned. The average start for the opponent, the 24-yard line. Brandon Powell back to return for the Rams. He's had 4 kick returns this postseason, an average of 17.8 yards return. And we are ready to rock and roll. The Rams start with the ball. And this Super Bowl happens to be at their very own stadium, even though they are technically the away team, as that kick is into the end zone for a touchback. And we are underway. Super Bowl 56. Always quite the occasion. Over 100 million people around the country and even more around the world watching this matchup take place. And it will be Matthew Stafford in his very first Super Bowl, leading the Rams on offense, starting from the 25-yard line. The Rams making their second Super Bowl in the last 3 years. Of course, lost to the Patriots in Atlanta 3 years ago. As Stafford will hand it off to open this game up, and it's Cam Akers with a 4-yard carry up the middle. Stafford in this postseason, 72 completion percentage, 905 yards, 6 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. Also 2 rushing touchdowns for a rating of 115.6. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Yeah, The Rock old school promos, exactly. As Stafford's going to throw a screen pass. Akers makes the catch, and he has a first down. Henderson with the tackle for Cincinnati. The Rams moving the chains. Oh, is that right, Ben? That's awesome. You met The Rock at the Hulk ride in Orlando. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm sure he is a great entertainer. Seems like a great guy overall. What's going on, Justin? Justin's tuning in over on Twitch, and it looks like he's having a Super Bowl party and everyone is listening. I appreciate that, Justin. You got 11 people there plugged into your speaker. I appreciate that a lot, man. We're going to have a fantastic time throughout the night. A 3:30 p.m. local time start, by the way, in LA. So the sun's still out as Akers tries to get to the edge, but he's dropped down at the line of scrimmage, I should say. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Also, a side note that many probably aren't interested in, but I like these kind of things. NBC debuting a brand new scoreboard for the Super Bowl. On 2nd and 10, Stafford looking to throw, but he's swallowed up, and it's the first sack of the game. It's Henderson. Sorry, excuse me, Hendrickson getting to Matthew Stafford in the backfield. And that will be about a 4 or 5 yard loss for the LA Rams. Hendrickson just getting around Andrew Whitworth. And Stafford just had no time to escape. Well, a lot of talk about the Rams defense coming into this game, but how about the Bengals defense? They're here to spring a surprise, perhaps. In fact, that was a 7 yard loss. I beg your pardon. 4 receivers wide, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. It's handed off and nowhere to go for the ball carrier. That time it was Darrell Henderson with the carry, and the Bengals make a stop on the opening drive of the game. What a fairy tale story Cincinnati has been this season. Just 4 wins last year, and now they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly, Hugo. Yeah, Ben, Chelsea world champs, baby. Absolutely. Yeah, I actually watched the final yesterday of the Club World Cup against Palmeiras. That was a great game, a great atmosphere, too. Palmeiras brought a whole lot of supporters as Hecker will punt it off for the Rams, one of the best punters in the league. It's returned out from the 35, and getting to the 43-yard line is Taylor. So Trent Taylor with a solid return, and Cincinnati's offense will take the field for the first time tonight in Super Bowl 56. 11:54 to go in the opening quarter. We're just getting started from SoFi Stadium. Stick around, more action on the way. And welcome back in, everybody. Happy Super Bowl to everyone tuning in. Always just a fantastic occasion as we are just minutes into Super Bowl 56 from Los Angeles, California, the first ever Super Bowl at the relatively new SoFi Stadium. What a beautiful stadium it is. I actually visited LA in the summer of 2019, and that stadium was in the process of being built. I drove by it. Not it wasn't even that close to being completed, but even so, when it was being constructed, it looked like it was going to be something special. And now just looking at the pictures on TV, it is an unbelievable state-of-the-art stadium. I'd love to get there one day. Yeah, Ben, I'm rooting for the Bengals too. Even though I picked the Rams to win, I'm hoping the Bengals can get it done. That would be a great that would be great for them. I got to admit, as Burrow completes on the right side, a catch made for an 8-yard gain. That was Tyler Boyd with the early reception. These Super Bowl commercials are overrated. Yeah. Not too surprised, to be honest. Burrow in this postseason, 69 completion percentage, 842 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 96.2 rating. He has been sacked 12 times in these playoffs, and that's the big concern in this game for Cincinnati. Can the offensive line of the Bengals protect Burrow consistently? This time it's handed off on 2nd and 2 and a 1-yard gain, but a nice stop by the Rams as Mixon makes it 3rd and 1. Tackle there by Greg Gaines, the defensive tackle. Cincinnati do enter LA's half of the field. 4 minutes played from SoFi Stadium. What did I do in LA? Oh, it was just a family vacation, Hugo. So yeah, we went to Broadway. We went downtown. I went to an LAFC game, which was a lot of fun at Bank of California Stadium, which I didn't even realize was right next to the Coliseum. Just went to some beaches, drove through Malibu. Went to Venice Beach, Santa Monica Pier. Just a little bit of everything. It was a family vacation. I can't believe that's almost 3 years ago now, as Robinson makes the tackle for LA. And let's look back at the replay. 3rd and 1, but the Bengals unable to convert the handoff to Samaje Perine. And the offense is staying out there. So Zach Taylor taking his first big risk of the Super Bowl. In motion is T. Higgins. He motions right. Burrow's throw tipped and incomplete. Getting a left hand on it for the Rams, I believe, was Jones. Yes, it was. And the Rams take over on downs. What's good, Hayden? Glad to see you. I am too young to remember Boomer Esiason. Yes, but Boomer, of course, was a great quarterback back in the day for Cincinnati, and that's really the last time the Bengals were this good, obviously. I'll be back after a quick commercial break. No, I can't remember of any, Hugo. But maybe I can't really remember, but I don't think so, as I'll be back after a quick break. No score, but the Rams take over in great field position after an unsuccessful 4th down for Cincinnati. And indeed, Ben, the Celtics are improving. That is good to see. Back with more in Super Bowl 56 after this. And welcome back in, everybody. Early stages of Super Bowl 56, about 5 minutes in, and the Bengals went for it on 4th and 1 from the Rams' 49-yard line. An unsuccessful passing attempt from Burrow. It was broken up right on the spot by Jones, and taking over RLA right at about midfield. And so let's see if they can take advantage. 9:57 remaining in the third quarter. It's handed off, but nowhere to go. Akers met right away by Wilson. And that'll set up second and long for the Rams. Wilson, middle linebacker here, and he just found a gap right through the middle. No blockers, and Akers in trouble right away. 2nd and 11. Stafford looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, and he takes off running. Running to the left is Stafford, and he slides down at the 44. So 3rd and about 4 coming up for LA. What's good, Ben? Welcome in. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's undeniable, Ben. Yeah, Joe Burrow certainly knows how to win big games. He's proven that this season. Just a second year in the league, but Joe Burrow has had an extraordinary season. And yeah, there's something about him that is special, man. So you can't count him and Cincinnati out, even though the Rams are the favorites. Cooper Kupp motions to the right. Stafford will throw his way. Caught along the sideline. Kupp has a first down and more. Cuts to the middle of the field and now spins down the 24-yard line. The first big play of the night, or the afternoon if you like. Bates ultimately tackling Kupp. And Kupp on Thursday night was awarded the Offensive Player of the Year. Deservedly so, it has to be said. He's had an awesome season, I should say, and can't take anything away from what he's been able to do, and could be a huge factor tonight for the Rams offense. So 1st and 10 at the Bengals 24. Another handoff. This time to the outside goes Darrell Henderson, and Henderson makes it to the 20, about a 4-yard pickup on the play. About midway through the opening quarter from SoFi Stadium. This is actually one of the warmest Super Bowls on record temperature-wise. I think it was around 83 degrees at kickoff. Of course, an afternoon start on the West Coast. And even though it looks like an indoor stadium, it actually isn't. There's no air conditioning inside SoFi Stadium, as the perimeter of the stadium is actually open. So it's technically an open air stadium. It's only covered at the top, but the outside is open for some natural sunlight and air to come in, as that's a catch and run for Henderson. Short gain on the play. And a big 3rd down and 3 for the LA Rams. What's good, John? Welcome in. John says he wanted Kansas City to make the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was a tough loss for the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. What a comeback that was from Cincinnati. Of course, Kansas City was in the last 2 Super Bowls. Came up just short this year, as Stafford going to go for the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown Rams. It's Odell Beckham. Who else? A 6-play, 50-yard scoring drive that lasted 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Beckham's first catch of the night is in the end zone, and the Rams strike first in Super Bowl 56. Beckham simply just beating his defender with speed, and Stafford with a perfect throw to the right side of the end zone. And Beckham made absolutely no mistake. LA is on the board first. The extra point attempt on the way from Matt Gay, and he sends it right down the middle. So it's 6:22 remaining in the opening quarter from SoFi. It's the Rams in front, 7-0 the score. Now let's see how Cincinnati will respond. A statement drive from Matt Stafford and the LA Rams. Cincinnati will try to get on the board themselves. Coming up next, I'll be back after a quick break. Ben says football should always be played in cold, rainy weather. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I do like weather playing an element, playing a role, but I understand for the Super Bowl, you want to have it in a warm weather climate where you don't have the risk of any weather delays or snowstorms or anything like that. But yeah, OBJ has been a good acquisition so far, no doubt about it. And it isn't good news for the Bengals, but the good news for Cincinnati is that we're still early on in this one. 7-0 Rams. Cincinnati will look for a response right after this break. And welcome back in, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Super Sunday here on February 13th of 2022. Of course, this is the first year where the Super Bowl is a week later than what we've been accustomed to. And that's because, of course, this was the first season with a 17-game regular season schedule. So from here on out, for this foreseeable future anyways, the Super Bowl will now be the second Sunday of February rather than the first. Odell Beckham with the 17-yard touchdown reception to put the Rams on the board. And just a perfectly executed play by the LA Rams. Matthew's wife, Kelly Stafford, of course, watching on from up in a suite at SoFi Stadium. And she is loving the start from the Rams. 6:22 remaining now in the first quarter as Burrow will throw to his right. Catch made in the backfield. Some work to do, however, and swallowed up quickly is Joe Mixon. He was met by a couple of Rams players. All right, sounds good, Ben. Yeah, I was thinking for NFL fans in Europe, it must be tough because this is an 11:30 p.m. start for you guys with work tomorrow, of course. And yeah, I completely understand. You've got the early shift tomorrow at 6 a.m., so you got to go. I completely understand. You get some sleep, Ben, and I appreciate the kind words. Glad to see you as always. Glad you were able to stop by at the beginning of the stream as Burrow will throw underneath and a low catch made by Jamar Chase. Those two, of course, were teammates at LSU where they won a national championship. Jamar Chase in his rookie season, Burrow in his second year in the NFL. And you have to think that helps with their chemistry, the fact that those two won a national championship in college together at LSU. Third down and 4 for Cincinnati with 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 3 receivers wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Burrow looking for time. He now lobs it down the right sideline, but he overshot Evans. It's incomplete. Fourth down for Cincinnati. Yeah, Jamar Chase was covered very tightly, so Burrow had to go down the sideline instead, looking for Chris Evans and just completely overthrew him. So out comes Kevin Huber to punt. He's had 10 punts this postseason. Gets it off cleanly. And this will be fair caught at the 28-yard line by the Rams returner. That was Brandon Powell. All right, we're rocking and rolling at Super Bowl 56. Just looking at the comments quickly. Yeah, Justin, the Rams are very strong defensively. That is certainly correct. And yeah, that's the concern I have for the Bengals and the Rams defense showing out early on in this one. What's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in, my man. Yes, I did see the USA men's hockey team win again today. I actually watched that game in the morning, so that was great to see as they continue to do well in the Olympics. I'll step aside for a quick commercial break. After this, the Rams will have the football again, looking for a 2-possession lead. Back in a moment. Stick around. Welcome back in, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And how about the career of Andrew Whitworth, who is the third player to start a Super Bowl in his 40s. Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, the only other two players. Whitworth, all the way back in 2006, was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, played a lot of his career in Cincinnati before being signed by the Rams, 4 or 5 years ago. And his family on hand in what is his last NFL game in all likelihood, as it's a short pass underneath, caught by Skoranek, a former Notre Dame standout. And that'll set up second and medium for LA. Yeah, John, that would make sense. That would make sense, man. Andrew Whitworth in his 16th season, a 4-time Pro Bowl selection. And all right, sorry about that. Looked like I lost Wi-Fi for a moment as we didn't miss anything. The play blown dead right after the snap, and it looks like we have our first penalty of the game. Ronald Torbert in his 8th season as an NFL referee, officiating his first ever Super Bowl. And it's a delay of game call against LA. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, setting up 2nd and 10. Who's my favorite women's keeper right now? I don't really have one, to be honest with you, John. Um, I I mean, I guess I'd say Nair. I do like her when she's healthy and playing. Um, but I don't really have a standout favorite, as that's a short carry for the running back, Sony Michel. Michel, former Patriot, of course. He gains a couple of yards, and that will make it 3rd down and 7. 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter from SoFi Stadium. Stafford looking to throw, goes to the left sideline. A big hit delivered as Jefferson made the catch, but he was hit right away by Perrine. Perrine was right there too. Nope, sorry, I beg your pardon. That was Chidobe Owuze. Sorry, that was 22, the cornerback for Cincinnati. Very well executed hit by Owuze. Owuze forces the Rams to punt. 4th and 3 on the Cincinnati 35, but still a bit too far out of Matt Gay's field goal range. So Hecker will try to pin the Bengals deep. This punt sails all the way back to the 10-yard line, and here's the return. A good one at that, bouncing off a tackle and getting all the way to the 31 for Cincinnati is Taylor. So Trent Taylor puts the Bengals in decent field position. 2:09 left in the opening quarter. A beautiful Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles, California. Back with more after the break. 7-0 Rams in front. This is the first postseason matchup between the two youngest coaches in the NFL in that season. Sean McVay, 36 years of age, Zach Taylor, 38 years old. And just if that confused you at all, what I'm saying is that these two coaches are the two youngest in the league, and that's the first time we've seen the two youngest coaches in the league in a given season face off in the Super Bowl. Pretty remarkable stuff, as that's a strong run to open up the drive. by Joe Mixon, a 13-yard gain, and Cincinnati moves the chains with under 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. The Bengals trying to establish that run game here as they seek out their first points of the evening. 3 receivers wide for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow looking to throw right. He's going to go deep down the sideline. Has Chase, and he makes the catch. Pops back up and is tackled at the 5. An unbelievable catch by the rookie Jamar Chase. Jalen Ramsey, of course, one of the best in the league when it comes to cornerbacks. But even he couldn't defend this pass. Jamar Chase hauled that in with one hand. A right-handed grab, and what an unbelievably athletic catch that was. Unreal from Jamar Chase. And that battle between Chase and Ramsey is going to be intriguing all evening long. Play clock down to 1 here. Cincinnati get it off just in time. Burrow throws. It's tipped and drops incomplete. By the way, they ruled Chase down at the 11. He popped back up, but there was contact before that as Von Miller may have gotten a hand to it. 2nd and 10, 38 seconds left in the quarter. Yes, Jeffrey, the Celtics did win today against Atlanta. Yeah, finally the Celtics are actually looking like a good team. So that is good to see. Yep, they played earlier on the Super Bowl Sunday. Ball at the 11-yard line still. Bengals' first trip to the red zone. Burrow, quick pass, dropped by Mixon, and he got hit hard and low by Eric Weddle. 3rd and 10 for Cincinnati. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of tonight's broadcast. Always a special broadcast here for the Super Bowl. And what does Zach Taylor call up here on 3rd down and 10? 3 receivers wide. The blitz arrives. The throw over the middle, broken up by Jalen Ramsey. That was a great read by Ramsey as Burrow tried to slip it in there for the intended receiver who appeared to have been let me get a number on that. 85. Hold on a second. Why do I not have an 85 here? I'll check that in a moment. Either way, a 29-yard field goal attempt coming up for Cincinnati. Evan McPherson should have no problem, and he doesn't. It's knocked right down the middle. And the Bengals are on the board. 28 seconds left in the opening quarter of Super Bowl 56. 7-3. Rams still in the lead, but it's down to a 4-point game. Oh, that was T. Higgins. My goodness. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong roster. That's why. I was going to say, I know who 85 is, but I'm just blanking out at the moment. Of course, that was T. Higgins, the intended receiver. Yep, there we go. It's right on that roster. I was looking at the wrong one, of course. My goodness. That's my apologies. So we'll stay right here with little time remaining in the quarter. I had a bad brain fart right there. Do I want you to let me know how the USA women's hockey team do tomorrow? No, I'll keep an eye out for how they do, Jeffrey. As this will be kicked off by the Bengals and a touchback. Powell was back to return, but lets it go as this drive will start from the 25. Well, Matthew Stafford was the first overall pick in the 2009 draft. Joe Burrow, the first overall pick in the 2020 draft. 17 interceptions, actually, for Stafford this season, tied for the most in the league. Joe Burrow sacked 51 times this season, also most in the league. First quarterback to make the Super Bowl after leading the NFL in time sacked, by the way, for Burrow. So both quarterbacks have had their issues this season, but here they are in the Super Bowl, and it's just the second time that we're seeing two number one picks go head to head as Cam Akers tried to find a hole, but was met right away in the backfield by Von Bell. It's a 1 yard loss, and that should bring us to the conclusion of the first quarter. Yeah, I saw that, Jeffrey. Yep, they're playing tomorrow morning, our time. The U.S. women's hockey team in the semifinals of the Olympics. The Rams lining up, but unable to get the snap off as they let the clock run down to 0. 15 minutes in the books from SoFi Stadium. 45 to go. It's Super Bowl 56. It's the Rams leading the Bengals 7-3. Back with more after the second quarter on the way. Welcome back. The 2022 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees being honored: Cliff Branch, Sam Mills, Tony Baselli, Leroy Butler, Richard Seymour, Bryant Young, Art McNally, and Dick Vermeil, all inductees into the Hall of Fame here in 2022. Congratulations to all of them, especially Richard Seymour, repping the Patriots. Gotta love that as we get second quarter started. All right, Justin, thanks so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the game, my man, and I'll see you around. All right, second quarter off and running as Stafford is under pressure. The throw incomplete. Overthrew Cooper Kupp and took a hit afterwards. And going back to the last drive for Cincinnati, there was a little bit of an awkward hit delivered by for the Rams number 20 Eric Weddle, and he came out a little bit injured, was being evaluated on the sideline. It looked like his right side of his chest perhaps was bothering him. So we'll keep an eye on that as Stafford looks to throw on 3rd and 11, and he has a man. It's caught in stride. Beckham down the sideline, and he gets all the way to the 42 of Cincinnati. Odell Beckham, his second catch, his first one was a touchdown, and he's making all of the big plays tonight for the Rams. Yeah, on those crossing routes, Beckham can be lethal just with his speed and ability to change pace in the blink of an eye. The protection was real good as well from the offensive line of LA. And Beckham's fired up right now. 2 receptions for 52 yards. In motion was Van Jefferson. Stafford rolls right, buys some time, throws back across his body, and it's caught by Henderson. He's got a first down and more, bumped out of bounds, but still a significant gain on the play for the Rams. A fake pitch to Henderson, actually, and then he broke free from the big man Hendrickson. And the ball now at the 16 of the Bengals. 8 of 9 is Stafford for 116 yards. Jefferson motions to the right. It's handed off to Henderson, and a nice change of direction as he'll pick up about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. The Rams in business here. Another red zone entry. Sean McVay coming up with the next play call here as LA seeks out the first 2-score lead of the evening. After no team had ever hosted a Super Bowl until last year, we've now had teams hosting a Super Bowl in back-to-back years. Tampa Bay last year, the Rams this year. Of course, it just happened by chance, but it's crazy how it's happened in back-to-back years after it had never occurred in over half a century. First timeout will be used by the Rams as the play clock was winding down. Look at the red zone receiving since week 10 for Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham. 17 receptions for 7 touchdowns for Kupp. 8 receptions for 6 touchdowns for Odell Beckham. Those two have been lethal, especially in the second half of the season. We've got 12:56 remaining here in the first half. 7-3 Rams in the lead. By the way, just a quick note on the defensive side for the Rams. Aaron Donald did state before the game, he told NBC that there was a strong possibility he could retire if the Rams were to win tonight and get their hands on that Lombardi trophy. That is very interesting indeed. As Stafford fakes the handoff, throws to the end zone. It's caught. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Rams. A 6-play, 75-yard scoring drive. 13-3 Los Angeles. 12:51 left in the half, and the Rams just getting their way on offense. Cooper Kupp really wide open in the far corner of the end zone. And once again, Matthew Stafford with a perfectly accurate pass. The extra point is whiffed on, and now it's going to be thrown by Hecker and picked off by the Bengals. Here comes the return down the sideline, and now a lateral back to Jesse Bates. Bates finally tackled down by the Rams. What a wild sequence that was. And so the extra point, no good. It'll stay a 10-point game, 13-3. First, it was Stafford to Beckham. Now Stafford to Kupp. Those are his 2 favorite receivers. And it's a 10-point advantage for LA. Back with more after the break. Welcome back to coverage of Super Bowl 56. Who will be crowned champion at the end of the night? We shall see. Hugo's fired up after the Rams got another touchdown to take a 13-3 lead. Obviously, still a whole lot of time left in this one, and we know the Bengals are a team capable of comebacks. Just look back to their last game 2 weeks ago in Kansas City. But it's certainly a great start for Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Stafford 9 of 10 for 127 yards and a couple touchdowns. 12:51 to play in the half as LA kick off, and that is into the end zone for a touchback. So looking back to that botched extra point, yeah, the snap was just mishandled by Hecker, the punter. When he went to put it down, the ball just slipped off his left hand, and that's when all mayhem broke loose. It wasn't the worst of snaps. The long snapper for the Rams, by the way, is Matthew Orzech. But we'll see if that missed extra point proves costly, as this is caught over the middle. First down, Cincinnati. Tyler Boyd hauling one in. And a quick first down for the Bengals. The tackle there was made by David Long, the cornerback. Cincinnati yet to really get into an offensive rhythm. We'll see if they can change that here. Burrow's 5 of 10 for 71 yards. Trent Taylor in motion. It's handed off. And getting to the 37 was Joe Mixon. Well, so far this evening, Aaron Donald has actually been contained pretty well by this offensive line of Cincinnati. Of course, Aaron Donald is such a beast, but considering the struggles the Bengals have had at the offensive line, I should say, they haven't done a bad job at all. They've actually done pretty well containing Donald. He's had 11 quarterback rush attempts, but no pressures yet, as this throw is caught over the middle. Jamar Chase spinning for a first down, tripped up ultimately by Eric Weddle, who's back out there after picking up a little bit of an injury on the last Cincinnati drive. Jamar Chase, the rookie, has been a standout. 21 years of age, 2021 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. That was announced on Thursday night at the NFL Honors. He has 3 catches so far for 62 yards. Another handoff to Mixon, a hole up the middle, and Mixon takes off. Inside the 40 he goes, and Cincinnati deep into Rams territory. Yeah, just a lot of space opened up. It was handed off on the right side, and then Mixon just found a hole up the middle. Juked a couple of tackles as well for about a 14-yard gain. Another handoff. Mixon runs to the left, tries to fight through contact, and he manages to pick up about 3, maybe 4. 10 minutes left in the first half now from LA. Just absolutely beautiful conditions weather-wise in Los Angeles for this Super Bowl. Back in Cincinnati, the temperature is in the mid-20s, similar to where I live here in Massachusetts. We actually got snow today here in Massachusetts. Oh, what I would do to be in LA right now. This is a swing pass to Mixon, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third and 7 on the way for the Bengals. Make it 3rd and 6. The Rams defense in this postseason have only allowed 6 third down conversions on 34 attempts by the opponents. That's just an 18% conversion rate. They'll try to stop the Bengals here. 3rd and 6 from the LA 33. 4 receivers wide, 2 on each side. Burrow releases and connects. That's a first down, and all the way to the 19 goes the big man, number 85, T. Higgins. A great composure there from Burrow in the pocket. Able to fire a strike to Higgins before he was wrapped up by no pun intended there. Burrow now 8 of 13 for 95 yards. He's very close to cracking the 100 mark. Bunch formation with 1 receiver to the left. Mixon gets the handoff. Now gets on the accelerator and picks up about 4 down the right sideline. CJ Uzomah is in the game, by the way, for Cincinnati, which is good to see, as he picked up a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken, against Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Yeah, and in the pregame, he actually had a brace on that left knee. Don't know if it's still on there or if he took it off. I think he might have taken it off here for the game. Of course, you're going to push through anything for a once-in-a-lifetime Super Bowl opportunity. A high throw caught by Mixon, tackled by Floyd at the 11. Midway through the second quarter, the Bengals in the red zone, trailing by 10. This will be 3rd and 2 for Cincinnati. So far on this drive, Cincinnati have run 9 plays for 64 yards. Almost 6 minutes into the drive now. Haven't been in the end zone yet. On 3rd and 2, there are 3 receivers wide, and now motioning to the left is Chase. He'll get the swing pass caught behind him, and Chase still gets the first down. What an adjustment by Jamar Chase as he's knocked out of bounds after a 3-yard gain, 1st and goal for the Bengals. That's funny, Ben. Your dog hates Chris Collinsworth's voice. Well, I hope your dog likes my voice. I won't be offended, though, if it doesn't, as from the 7-yard line, it's a 1-yard carry on 1st and goal. Joe Mixon getting plenty of touches here in this first half. Now 6 minutes to go in the half. One receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Burrow will flip it back to Mixon, who throws to the end zone, and it's caught by Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A little bit of trickery, and it pays off for Cincinnati. Razzle dazzle on a 12-play, 75-yard drive that lasted 7 minutes. Burrow pitched it back to Mixon, who had a perfect lob to the back of the end zone where T. Higgins came down with it for the touchdown reception. And that is a huge drive right there from the Bengals. Evan McPherson to attempt a big extra point, and he'll convert. Through the uprights it goes. 13-10 is now the score. Cincinnati has finally found the end zone. Joe Mixon with the touchdown pass. How about it? Yeah, your dog definitely prefers me. I'm glad she does, Ben. That's good to hear. J.A., what's good? Welcome into the stream, man. Hope you're enjoying the Super Bowl so far. It's been a fun one, and as expected, a close one. Rams up by 3, but Cincinnati trim down the lead with their first touchdown of the evening. Back with more after this from SoFi Stadium. What a beautiful Sunday evening it is in Los Angeles, California. And look at that. Alex Morgan in attendance for this one. Of course, the legendary women's soccer player for the U.S. women's national team. And that kick into the end zone for a touchback. 5:47 left in the first half, and LA up 13-10 with the football. You want a pet, John? Yeah, pets are fun to have. I have a dog. And she's awesome. Yeah. Um, yeah. I love having a dog. She's especially a well behaved one. I'm lucky that she's a good girl all the time. Well, most of the time, I should say. Yeah, I know, JA. Yeah, all the commercials really do drag it out. As that's a solid run by Cam Akers for a 7-yard gain. Yeah, I would try to still entertain during the commercials, but I'd just be talking for like 4 hours straight if I didn't take some breaks during the commercials. But I appreciate you stopping by, JA. I do. Stafford looking to throw on 2nd and 4, goes to the left sideline, caught by Jefferson. He has some room to run, knocked down hard by Wilson at the 44. It's a first down for the Rams with 5 minutes left in the half. The Rams just slowing it down a bit on offense. Fresh set of downs from the 44-yard line. 3 receivers wide, and that's Akers for a short gain. He'll pick up about 1. Yeah, that's fair. Silence is way better than commercials. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of the Super Bowl commercials now and then are funny, but most of them these days, yeah, just a waste of time. It really does drag out the game quite a bit. And never mind the halftime show, which will go on and on and on. So far, Cincinnati 44 rushing yards, LA 25. 4 receivers wide again for the Rams with the play clock down to 1. The snap is off. Stafford steps into a throw, and it's dropped by Beckham, and he immediately grabs his right knee, and that is not a good sign for the Rams. You never want to see an injury in the Super Bowl to a player, especially a non-contact injury, and Odell Beckham is wincing quite a bit as the athletic trainers are out to attend to the star receiver. I'll step aside for this injury timeout, and we'll see what the status of Odell Beckham is. Stick around. Welcome back. So, as I speak, Odell Beckham is being assisted off to the sideline by the athletic trainers. And yeah, it was actually his left knee that he immediately clutched and just planted that left leg into the ground wrong as he tried to make that catch. And he was wincing quite a bit. So, we'll keep an eye on that. Originally, it does look like something serious, but let's hope not, because Odell Beckham, of course, a key part of this offense, as Stafford delivers a strike over the middle inside the 40 of Cincinnati. Go the Rams. That catch made by Bryson Hopkins, his first reception of the evening. 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Tackle by Mike Hilton of Cincinnati, but once again, the Rams on the move. Stafford 11 of 13 for 156 yards. Henderson lines up in the backfield. It's bunch formation, and now a flag thrown. It's just our second penalty of the night. False start called against the offense. That was a penalty against tight end Kendall Blanton. So a 5-yard penalty. That'll make it 1st and 15. Yeah, JA. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about AstroTurf. It's it's not it's not the best surface when it comes to preventing injuries. A Stafford rolls right, will sling it out of bounds. Incomplete 2nd and 15 as the pressure came rather quickly. And Odell Beckham, as we speak, is heading down the tunnel and into the locker room. He is at least walking on his own, but he will be further evaluated in the locker room. We'll keep an eye on that. What's good, Gabriel? Welcome in. Glad to see you as always, Gabriel. Hope you're doing well, man. Yes, we meet again indeed. Good to see you, man. 2:40 left in the half. The ball in the Cincinnati 44. Cooper Kupp in motion to the right. It's handed off and only a yard for Cam Akers. He was met and stood up by Jermaine Pratt. Short gain, and that very well could bring us down to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 14 on the way. No Portuguese dish tonight, Hugo, that my family or dad is having. No, my mom actually just ordered wings. So no Portuguese dish tonight as Stafford is going to launch deep for the end zone. It's intercepted, picked off by Bates, and Cincinnati takes over. Jesse Bates had it read all the way and hits the gritty in celebration. How about that? Stafford took a gamble with the deep pass, looking for Jefferson. He underthrew him, and it's the first turnover of the night. 13-10 Rams, but Cincinnati takes over. They have the momentum. Back with more in a moment. Coming up on the halftime report, I'll break down what we saw in the first half and also talk about what each team needs to do in the second half. And trust me, I'll have a lot of time to discuss all that because as is the case every year, the halftime report, or rather the halftime show drags out quite a bit. I'm just gonna probably just lay back and talk with you guys in the chat for halftime because that's going to go at least 30 minutes. There's only so much I can talk about. I may even eat a little something during halftime on stream if that's fine with you guys. Make it a real Super Bowl party. Ben says Stafford being Stafford. Yeah. Yeah, that was a very poor pass. That pass from Burrow is caught by Higgins, 4-yard gain. And apparently he did not get out of bounds. The clock continues to tick as we are inside the 2-minute warning. That interception, in fact, happened as we passed the 2-minute mark. Make it a 5-yard reception there for Higgins. So 2nd and 5. Cincinnati still have all 3 timeouts remaining. Still a lot of field to cover. Short pass underneath, caught, and a first down for the Bengals. That was Jacob Harris. I beg your pardon. That was not Harris for Cincinnati. That was rather CJ Uzomah. Uzomah, who, as I mentioned, got injured against Kansas City. Now back for the Bengals. There were doubts as to whether he'd be able to play tonight, but here he is, fighting through any pain he could be dealing with as Burrow rolls right on a fresh set of downs, and he'll just launch it out of bounds to avoid the sack. 55 seconds left. As the Bengals keep all 3 timeouts in their pocket still. Choose the most unusual food to eat or a local favorite. Yeah, I'll see what I do. I kind of loaded up a bit during the pregame. But there's still a few leftover wings actually that I might munch on. By the way, Cincinnati started this drive at the 10-yard line because a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was assessed to the Bengals because a player who isn't playing tonight went to celebrate in the end zone with the team. That's just a stupid mistake in a game like this. After that interception, he went all the way from the sideline to the end zone, and yeah, you just can't do that. As Cincinnati will use their first timeout following the short completion, but yeah, that penalty could certainly hurt them quite a bit in the end. Look at Jay-Z. He's in attendance. So is Matt Damon. Charlize Theron also watching. LeBron James is in the house. Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck watching together as well. Emmitt Smith in the house. All kinds of celebrities in attendance of Super Bowl 56. When you have a Super Bowl in LA, that's usually going to be the case. As we get set for the resumption of play, 3rd down and 6. Burrow under pressure, and he is wrapped up. It'll go down as a sack. Leonard Floyd got to him. Bone or boneless wings? They're bone. Yeah, they're bones. I know, right, J.A.? Yeah. I know, right, Hugo? Yeah, the prices for Super Bowl tickets just outrageous. I mean, you pretty much have to be rich to attend the Super Bowl. I mean, for crying out loud, or you're not rich and you just spend a boatload of your money on a Super Bowl ticket, which I would not recommend. I mean, the amount you have to pay to attend the Super Bowl is just absolutely bonkers. By the way, after that sack, the Rams used their second timeout to stop the clock with 42 seconds remaining. And they're going to get the ball in pretty decent field position as the punt is delivered by Kevin Huber. And here comes the return by Powell. Powell reverses direction, makes a move back towards the middle. He'll get to the 41 with 30 seconds remaining. So let's see what Stafford can do. Can the Rams get into field goal range here? We shall see. Final half minute of the first half is on the other side, 13-10. Rams in front with the football. Thirteen to 10, Rams in front. Look at the quarterback comparison. Stafford 11 of 15 for 156 yards. Burrow 12 of 18 for 124. All right, Kupp in motion to the right as Stafford looks to throw, and he's going to lob it down the sideline, but off the mark for Henderson. So that incompletion will make it 2nd and 10 with 26 seconds remaining in the half. I'm not sure about that, JA. We'll see, man. So an update on Odell Beckham. He is, as of now, questionable to return. That left knee was the same one he tore his ACL with, and that was actually in a game against Cincinnati. Throw to the right, caught by Kupp. Kupp trying to fight for the first down. He'll be stopped a yard short by Eli Apple, and the Rams will now use their final timeout with 18 seconds on the clock. All right, fair enough, JA. We'll see what I can do at halftime. We'll see, man. So with 18 seconds to go, the Rams have no timeouts. First things first, they have to convert on 3rd and 1. Ball right at midfield as the Rams have 5 receivers wide, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Stafford looking to his left. He's going to go deep down the left side, but overshot Jefferson, who was looking for a flag, doesn't get one. Played nicely by Owuzie. And so now it's 4th down with 12 seconds left in the half, and the Rams too far out of field goal range. They will have to punt. So a punt on the way for Johnny Hekker. And Hekker does have the chance to pin Cincinnati deep in their own territory. Bengals 2 timeouts left, as this will be let go, and that ball trickles to the end zone for a touchback. Just 4 seconds on the clock, so all signs would indicate towards Joe Burrow taking the knee and bringing us to the break, but we shall see about that. Yeah, well, as expected so far, folks, a very competitive game. I'm not surprised that we're looking at a 3-point game heading into the halftime break as the Bengals line up. Burrow kneels down, and that takes us to halftime of Super Bowl 56. The Los Angeles Rams leading the Cincinnati Bengals 13-10. And as Hugo mentioned, Cincinnati will get the football to start the second half. Here are the thoughts of Sean McVay.
Ordinary guy, Cup's going to draw the attention. What do?
Yeah, we got to make some adjustments. We got to be able to make some plays. We had some opportunities. We got to be more efficient on early downs, and that's why we got some time to be able to get this thing figured out.
The Bengals start with it in the second half. They're known for these comebacks in the playoffs. How do you hold them off?
Well, we got to play like we're capable of, one play at a time.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, there's Sean McVay as we reach halftime. Super Bowl 56 coming up. It's the halftime show, including the halftime performance by a number of different singers. And probably during that, I'll just sit back, answer some questions in the chat, and maybe have a little something to eat. We'll see. But first and foremost, I'll be back with a quick halftime report, looking back on the first half that was. Rams leading the Bengals 13-10. Stay tuned. Welcome into the halftime report, everybody. Coming up shortly, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Barry J. Blige will be taking center stage. They're actually walking out to the field right now on stage where they'll be performing. So that should be interesting. But until then, I'll talk a little bit about what we saw in that first half. What a great atmosphere, first and foremost, at SoFi Stadium. And overall, I was pretty impressed by the Rams offense. I know, just 2 touchdowns in that first half, but I thought at times they really showed what they're capable of. And of course, it was Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the first touchdown pass by Stafford, and then the second touchdown, Odell Beckham on the receiving end of, vice versa, other way around. Beckham was the first touchdown, Rams the second. And then for the Rams defense, well, they've been doing an okay job, I thought, but Cincinnati did get that big touchdown towards the end of the first half. And of course, a big storyline was Odell Beckham getting injured. And as of now, he is questionable to return. So that's certainly a big storyline as the Rams have a 3-point lead at the half. Back with more on the halftime report in a moment, so don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back into the halftime show, everybody. The actual halftime show with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar is about to get started. So I don't know, should I stay off air the whole performance and just sit back and relax? I might. For those of you who want to leave and then return, that's perfectly fine. Or I might come back on. I'll see. But we still got a long ways to go before we get the second half started. So I'll be right back, everybody. Rams up by 3 at the break. And welcome back in, everybody. Hope you're enjoying Super Bowl 56 so far. I just decided to sit out the halftime show and just eat a little something, watch it, and yeah, I was underwhelmed by that. I was not impressed. And it sounds like our audience agrees based on the comments. So just wanted to check back in with you all. I promise after this break, it's back out to SoFi Stadium. Both teams are emerging from the locker rooms as we speak. Second half on the way next. Who will be crowned Super Bowl champion here in Super Bowl 56? We'll find out. It's the Rams by 3. Cincinnati will get the ball next. And welcome back in, everybody. It's Super Bowl 56 from beautiful SoFi Stadium. And as many expected, a close one through 30 minutes of play. Still 30 minutes to go. In LA, the Rams, the home team, if you like, have a 13-10 lead over the Bengals, but Cincinnati is certainly a team capable of making a comeback. Of course, they had an unreal comeback in the AFC Championship game against Kansas City. The Rams had a comeback of their own in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. So two resilient teams. This game could very well be one that comes down to the wire. And I appreciate all of you who have tuned in on this Sunday evening. It's always a great occasion, the Super Bowl, and it has not disappointed so far. Let's just hope that we have a thrilling second half in store as both teams are ready for the second half kickoff. Start of the third quarter is finally upon us. Of course, the Super Bowl is the one NFL game a year where there's that extended halftime. Due to the halftime show that takes place, Matthew Stafford, the fourth player with 2+ touchdown passes in 4 games in a single postseason. Joe Burrow, meanwhile, 12 of 18 passing in that first half for 114 yards. He had 46 yards on a single completion to Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon, meanwhile, became the 5th non-quarterback with a touchdown pass in a Super Bowl, and it was actually his very first NFL pass. Aaron Donald, 19 pass rush snaps, just 1 quarterback hurry. Donald has been silenced for the most part by that Bengals offensive line. of which many had questions about coming into the game. But so far, so good in that area for Cincinnati. And now we'll see what they can do with the football as Cincinnati, of course, gets the ball to start this second half from LA. Here's the kickoff. Matt Gay sends a line drive into the end zone for a touchback. And Cincinnati will start out from the 25 as we're off and running in the second half. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said, "We are in a great space. Let's go win the Super Bowl." All right. The biggest disappointment is surely the lack of wings. Hey, here we go. I didn't do it on air because I didn't want to embarrass myself, but there they are. I finished them all. So there you have it. I didn't want to embarrass myself, though, on air. I'm sorry, man. I couldn't do it. As Joe Burrow steps up in the pocket, he's going to launch deep downfield. It's caught by Uzomah. He's wide open down the sideline, and he's in for the touchdown. T. Higgins, I beg your pardon. And the Bengals, on the first play of the half, take their first lead of the game. Would you believe it? T. Higgins making the catch and just completely shook off his defender and took off down the sideline. Absolutely nobody was catching him. The Rams were claiming there was a possible offensive pass interference in there, but it wasn't called, and the Bengals send their special teams out for the extra point. Evan McPherson sends it down the middle, 17-13, and in the blink of an eye, Cincinnati has taken the lead here in the Super Bowl. How about that, folks? Hold on, let me... Wow, that is unbelievable. What's going on? Belinas, welcome in here on YouTube. What's embarrassing? No, not necessarily embarrassing, JA, but I shouldn't have said embarrassing. I wanted to stay professional here on the stream. Because wings are messy, as you know, so I didn't want to make a huge mess here on stream. But maybe I should have, but it is what it is. Oh well. Wow, that was unbelievable right there. Jalen Ramsey was furious after the fact, and perhaps he has a case, but no offensive PI was called, and T. Higgins took off for the score. What a way to start this half as Cincinnati kick it off, and here comes the return. Tripped up at about the 17 was Powell. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I ate over at the table in my basement because I didn't want to get the couch all messy. Hey, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have in hindsight, but it is what it is. Yeah, and going back to that catch by Higgins, it definitely looked like he grabbed the face mask there. The Rams certainly have a case, but the touchdown stood and the Bengals in the lead. Stafford fires over the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. The Bengals take over. It's Awuzie with the pick, and it's a nightmare start to the second half for the LA Rams. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. Von Bell with the interception. Unable to make the catch there for LA was Ben Skoranek. And right there behind him was Bell. Or was it? It was Awuzie, right. Sorry. Bell was in the area, but Awuzie with the interception for Cincinnati. That is unbelievable. All right, so the Bengals take over at the Rams 31. A pass out wide, and no gain for Mixon as he is quite literally held up by Floyd. Wow, what a crazy start to the second half. I know, right, Ben? I guess so, JA. I guess so, man. You just noticed the change from blue to orange? Yes, there you go, Jeffrey. You noticed that. I'm glad you did. Yeah. Yeah, I never know what color to make the scoreboard. So typically I just when I remember, I go with whatever team is winning. I go to their color. Just to spice it up a little bit. There's not really the right shade of orange available to me on the software I use. That's kind of the closest I can get to a darker orange, but you get the point. Plus, for the audience tuning in, you guys obviously know what colors these teams are. So even if you don't necessarily look at the scoreboard right when you click on the stream, you see the color, and therefore it can give you a hint at who's in the lead. That's my how I approach that, but that's just me. As the Bengals lead by 4, 2nd and 10. Cincinnati with the football after the Awuzie interception. Burrow rolls to his left and is shoved out of bounds by Aaron Donald, and a little bit of pushing and shoving after that, and Donald is going at it here. All of a sudden, things really getting heated. And both teams will have to make sure they keep their tempers in check, or else there could be a costly penalty on the way for either side. I mean, it was clean from Aaron Donald, maybe a bit of an aggressive shove, but when that shove occurred, Burrow was still in bounds, so Donald had every right, but the Bengals weren't too pleased about it. And you can understand why they were frustrated, but 3rd and 11 on the way. You haven't seen Adam in the stream yet, or Friday night? Yeah, I mean, it's tough for Adam because he lives in England, Jeffrey. So he's 5 hours ahead of us. So right now it's 1:39 in the morning for him. So when I do night streams, it's not, it's the middle of the night for him. So usually when I do afternoon streams, that's his best opportunity to tune in since he's over in Europe, as that's a decent carry all the way 1 yard shy of the first down. So 4th and 1 it is for the Bengals. The Chidobe Awuzie interception gave Cincinnati prime field position. Now they're trying to take advantage from the LA 22. Burrow steps up in the pocket and he takes off running, sliding down at the 17 for a Cincinnati first down. It's just a dream start to the second half for the Bengals, who have their first lead of the game. And so from the 18, it's handed off, a run to the left side, and that'll be a 2-yard gain for Joe Mixon. So just like that here at the start of the second half, the pendulum has swung in Cincinnati's favor. And now let's see how the Rams are able to respond. No, I don't think I saw that, Hugo. I don't think I saw Peyton Manning saying something about the replacements too. No, I did. I don't think I did. You have to fill me in on that. 2nd and 8 for the Bengals with 4 receivers wide. 2 to each side. Burrow throws to his right. Caught on the in route by Uzoma. And Uzoma gets to the 11. That will set up 3rd and 3. Uzoma's had a couple of catches so far today. This will be a big third down on the way for the Bengals. A touchdown would, of course, put them up 2 scores. I don't know if any pubs are still open for him across the pond. Maybe. I mean, there's probably some all night pubs open, but at the same time, I don't know if Adam's awake right now. He might have work tomorrow. As Burrow is met quickly, and there's the sack that the Rams have been looking for all night long, and it's Aaron Donald with the crucial sack. And Cincinnati will have to settle for a field goal attempt. Yeah, Burrow was looking for options, but just nowhere to go, or nowhere to throw, and quickly Donald converged upon him. Burrow, understandably frustrated, but it's still an opportunity to extend the lead. 38-yard attempt on the way from Evan McPherson. The kick is up, and it is good. Right down the middle from the rookie kicker, who doesn't seem to be fazed by any sort of pressure. Bengals up by a touchdown now. We've got just over 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and Cincinnati have scored the first 10 points of the second half. We'll see if the Rams can now settle in, trailing by 7. Welcome back in early second half here in Super Bowl 56. 20-13, it's Cincinnati in front. By the way, both of these teams, the 4 seeds from their respective conferences. Back in Cincinnati, Ohio, Paul Brown Stadium, home of the Bengals, is lit up in orange for this big occasion, of course. And the president of the Bengals, Mike Brown, of course, on hand, watching his team take on the Rams. What a season it's been for Cincinnati. It's already been announced that back in Cincinnati, there's no school tomorrow. So hopefully in their case, they can use that free day to celebrate a Super Bowl win. We shall see. As this lands into the end zone for a touchback. Yep, 10-15 left in the third. And the Rams with just a nightmare start to the second half. I mean, they allow a touchdown in the first play, and then on their opening drive of the half, they immediately throw a pick, basically. which leads to 3 more points for Cincinnati. So now let's see how this offensive drive plays out as Cam Akers will gain 2 yards up the middle. Akers with his 8th carry. He's only had 12 yards on the ground. Stafford going to throw this time, going right and off the mark to Cooper Kupp, who was covered well by Eli Apple. Apple, of course, was big time in that AFC Championship game against Kansas City. 13 carries for just 28 yards for the LA Rams. That's an average of 2.2 yards a carry. The running game almost non-existent for LA so far this evening. 3rd down and 8, and this crowd is getting into it. 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Henderson pinches in as Stafford's in the shotgun formation. He'll air it down the right side, and it's caught. Henderson has it, and the Rams pick up the 1st down. It's a 15-yard gain and a much-needed 3rd down conversion by LA. Nice over-the-shoulder pass as Wilson made the tackle for Cincinnati. That is a good point, Hugo. Yes, the refs have not been the protagonists. Yeah, that is true. As Henderson runs it up the middle, but Cincinnati read that one quite nicely. Just a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. Under 9 minutes left in the 3rd. Ball on the 43-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Stafford in the shotgun. Drops back in the pocket. Has good protection. Fires over the middle. And it's caught by Kupp. The Rams enter Cincinnati territory and move the chains. That's a 12-yard reception. Yeah, and Stafford the entire time knew where he was going. Tried to deceive the defense a little bit by looking the other way at first. Kupp with just his 4th catch. He's got 53 yards. Stafford looking to throw again. Goes short underneath. Bobbled, but ultimately caught. And this will result in a 1st down and more inside the 30. Goes Bryson Hopkins. Well, from a near drop to a big 1st down catch. Glad to see you here, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin a bit frustrated at the moment. Yeah, it was quite the wild start to the second half. That goes without saying. But the Rams have a promising drive going for them. They're at the 28 of Cincinnati. The throw out wide, caught again. This time it's Skoranek who makes the grab and goes out of bounds. 2nd down and short for the LA Rams. How much snow did I get, Jeffrey? I didn't measure, but I would say about probably 3 inches so far. It's supposed to continue to snow through the night, so we may end up with about 4 by the morning. Yeah, it's wild how it snowed today after it was beautiful yesterday. I think it hit 60 degrees yesterday, which was a miracle for New England in February. But of course, that's New England for you. The next day it snows. So yeah, I'm hoping for a delay tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna get it for school. I think the roads will be just fine by the morning. So there's Hubbard with the tackle. He met Cam Akers, and that's a big stop by Cincinnati's defense. Yeah, same for you. Yeah, not too much, but still, I didn't even realize we were getting snow until like last night when I looked at the forecast. Yeah, with Beckham out, it's a huge loss. Here's a flea flicker. Kupp's going to throw it, but he overshot Stafford. Oh, man. The play was there, but Kupp showed why he isn't the quarterback. And that will bring up 4th and 5. Man. Yeah, that was a complete misfire by Kupp. It was handed off to Henderson, who pitched it back to Kupp, and yeah, that throw is just way off the mark. That could be a huge missed opportunity right there. You got stuck on the Cape during the Nor'easter. Oh, really? Here's a 41-yard attempt, and it's right down the middle. That would have been good from 51 by Matt Gay, who trims the Cincinnati lead to 4. Still, what could have been for the Rams this drive. 5:58 left in the third quarter. It's now 20-16 Cincinnati. It stays a close game in this one. I'll be back with more after the break. Stick around. Well, the sun has set in Los Angeles. Beautiful scene. And a great city. Beautiful weather here in the middle of February. Site of Super Bowl 56, officially Inglewood, California, is where SoFi Stadium's located. Bengals up by 4. We're back underway with 5:58 to play in the third quarter. Strong kickoff by Matt Gay, and it'll go for a touchback. Well, we've had Joe Namath, Joe Montana, and now Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. The 3 Joe quarterbacks. And actually, those 3 I just mentioned, the only quarterbacks to win, well, those 2, Namath and Montana, the only 2 quarterbacks to win a national championship in college and then a Super Bowl. Burrow trying to add his name to that list as Mixon has a 4-yard carry. And Joe Burrow, well, he's all about the style, isn't he? He always comes in sharply dressed. At 11:57 a.m. Pacific time, when he came off the team bus, it wasn't anyone's surprise that he was looking sharp as ever. His family in attendance for this one, just his second year in the league, and of course missed the most of his rookie season after tearing his ACL. And this time, Burrow in trouble, and he drops down. That's a sack for the LA Rams. Jones gets there for LA, and this will make it 3rd and long for Cincinnati. Exactly, J.A. All 3 of them would be named Joe. Isn't that funny? Yeah. That was the 4th sack of the game for the Rams. 3rd and 13 is what Cincinnati face. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here comes the pressure again. Burrow steps up, and it's a low throw dropped by Chase. Oh, man, the pass was there, but Burrow just undershot his receiver Jamar Chase, and Cincinnati, for the first time this half, will have to punt away. So out comes Kevin Hubert. Back to return is Powell for the Rams. This one high in the air, and Powell will return from the 35, and he'll take it all the way to the 47-yard line. So the Rams will be in fantastic field position when we return. LA trail by 4, but they're looking to retake the lead. Back with more from Super Bowl 56 in a moment. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody, as there have been a lot of moving parts for the Cincinnati Bengals on defense over the last few years, but they have a pretty good bunch now, to say the least, as they've unbelievably made it all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't think anyone saw this coming from the Bengals, as Stafford rolls out and delivers a short pass, but Jefferson is tackled by Logan Wilson in the backfield for a loss of 1. You saw a car blow up today. My goodness, John, that sounds a bit scary. I hope everyone is all right that was involved in that. My goodness. And it looks like we have a timeout called. There was an injured Bengal trying to trot off to the sideline, and that appeared to be perhaps Trey Flowers. Nope, I think it was Darius Phillips, actually. I think it might have been Phillips. Okay, so no timeout. It was just stoppage in play, so the injured player could get off, and I beg your pardon, that was Awuzie. Thought it was number 23, but it was 22. So Chidobe Awuzie, who had the last interception for Cincinnati, is off injured. Flowers actually comes in as his replacement. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter of Super Bowl 56. 4 receivers wide, 3 to the left. Stafford under pressure gets it off just in time. Akers makes the catch. Tackled right away by Wilson again. Rams have it at midfield. 3rd and 7, a hurry-up offense. As LA have 4 receivers to the left. Stafford stepping up in the pocket, but tripped up and sacked down low. There's Reader, and he's fired up about it. DJ Reader, the defensive tackle, makes it 4th down for the Rams, and Stafford comes off limping a bit. That is not a good sight for Rams fans, especially after Odell Beckham had to come out earlier in the game. Yeah, that was a bit of an awkward tackle. Left ankle got caught underneath for Stafford, so we'll keep an eye on that as Johnny Hecker delivers the punt, which veers off to the right and bounces out of bounds. We'll see where they mark this. And now Stafford is up on the table having that left ankle wrap. So something to keep an eye on for sure. 2:47 left in the third. Cincinnati will have the football next, leading by 4. Well, Matthew Stafford, so far 29 dropbacks. He's only been sacked twice, but that last sack resulted in his left ankle twisting in an awkward manner. And yeah, just looking at the slow-mo replay, that did not look good. And so Stafford continues to be evaluated by the athletic trainers on the sideline. He had that left ankle wrapped up, but appears to be on his own now on that sideline. He's going to fight through it, as one would expect. Meanwhile, it has been announced that Odell Beckham is out for the rest of the game. He will not return with that knee injury he sustained in the first half. So a big blow for the Rams on offense. Oh my, John. Seems like you saw a lot of crazy stuff today. Jeez. Burrow under pressure, trying to escape, but he goes down for the sack. That's Robinson with the takedown. Rams now have 5 sacks on the night. Second down and 12. That was a 2-yard loss. Ball back at the 14-yard line of the Bengals. Burrow under pressure again, and it's another sack for the Rams. They are really coming alive now. That's Von Miller. Just charging through the O-line of Cincinnati. Then taking down Burrow. That's back-to-back sacks for the Rams. And with under 2 minutes left in the third, it's third and real long for the Bengals. That was just too easy, really, for Von Miller. Wow. And that ball almost came out. In fact, I think it did, but after Burrow was down. Burrow will take the snap in the end zone. He's in trouble, gets it out in time, but it won't be enough for the first down. Tackled at the 20 was Mike Thomas. That's his first reception. And Cincinnati will yet again have to punt. Under a minute left now in the third quarter. And back-to-back sacks. Just devastating for Cincinnati on that drive where they'll go 3 and out. So here's the punt from Kevin Huber. And this is returned from about midfield. A big-time tackle made at the 49-yard line as Powell was dropped down. Nonetheless, the Rams in phenomenal field position here. We'll see if they can take true advantage. Let's not get too silly, Hugo. Come on, man. Who would Stafford be replaced by next year? Come on. We got to be realistic here. 36 seconds left in the third. Stafford back out there with a bruised up ankle, perhaps, and Akers with an aggressive run down the left sideline. He'll pick up about 5. Yeah. I get you. You are right about that, Gabriel. Yep. Cincinnati in MLS, FC Cincinnati had a wretched season, but hey, their NFL team, I guess, made up for that, you could say. Mac Jones to the Rams. No, Mac Jones is ours, Hugo. Sorry, man. He's in New England for good. Motioning to the left is Van Jefferson. But before they get the snap off, the clock expires. The end of the third quarter in Super Bowl 56. Who will come out victorious? Just like we drew it up, this game appears to be one that will come down to the wire. The final quarter of Super Bowl 56 is next. Cincinnati up by 4, the Rams with the football. Well, welcome back, everybody. This game started in the California afternoon, and now it's under the lights for the final quarter. We are ready to go. 20-16 Bengals in front. And we'll see what these final 15 minutes have to offer. It's been a great postseason so far, and the Super Bowl has not disappointed up until this point. On 2nd and 5, the Rams lose yardage. Nice play in the backfield by Sam Hubbard, the defensive end, who was able to get to Cam Akers. Akers now heads to the sideline as the Rams prepare for 3rd down and 7. The ball at midfield. The Rams with a spread formation, 5 wide. Stafford airs it out down the right sideline, incomplete. Van Jefferson couldn't make the play. Double coverage. Eli Apple was one of them. All over Jefferson. 4th and 7 for the LA Rams. Yeah, Apple's had a great performance so far. I mean, Van Jefferson has been very quiet. And another punt for the LA Rams. Hecker sends it off into the air, and a fair catch made at about the 16-yard line. 14:05 to go, and Cincinnati getting the ball back again. Well, Jalen Ramsey with the 3rd longest reception allowed in his career early on, and then on the 75-yard touchdown catch by Higgins, that was his longest reception allowed in his career, but perhaps it comes with an asterisk, as it appeared as though it should have been offensive pass interference on Higgins. It was not called, and that's just something that Ramsey and the Rams as a whole will have to shake off as we are into the 4th quarter. Short carry to the left side. That will make it 2nd and about 8. Yeah, with no Woods and no Beckham, it is getting real thin for the Rams in the passing game. I mean, they still have plenty of weapons, but definitely more limited than they'd like to be. You know, they still got the likes of Kupp and Jefferson, but still. Burrow rolling to his right. The throw is caught. Across the 30 goes Tyler Boyd, who was clipped by the ankle. Play by Rapp. And there's a look at Odell Beckham, who's on the sideline right now watching. He's not in his playing gear anymore. Has a hoodie on, just supporting his teammates the rest of the way. Got a feel for him after he picked up that injury early on. Burrow's now 18 of 25 for 237 yards. The ball on the 33-yard line. And that's a short 1-yard carry for Johnny Munt. Second down and 9. Yeah, no Higbee. That's right, of course. Yeah, no Higbee as well. Yep. Well, this is going to be a very intriguing final 12 minutes, as the Bengals have 3 receivers wide. Burrow looking to his right, and that pass incomplete. It was dropped at the last second by the receiver, and I think that was actually Tutu Atwell trying to make the catch. Rams defense this postseason, 2 third-down conversions allowed tonight on 10 attempts. Their opponents just 6 for 32 in the first 3 games of the postseason. LeBron James in attendance for this one, watching on. I suppose support. Well, yeah, I guess he's supporting the Rams, considering he plays for the LA Lakers. And Burrow in trouble again. It's another sack for the Rams, but a late flag is thrown, and Burrow is now shaken up for Cincinnati. And he is taking a while to get up. In fact, Burrow is staying down. A very concerned look on his family's faces in the crowd. Here's the call as Burrow eventually gets up on his own and now limps off to the sideline. Wow, the penalty is against Cincinnati as well. Unnecessary roughness called against the Bengals. And I think it was on Adeniji. No, it was on Prince. I beg your pardon. Oh yeah, he he took a swipe at Floyd right at his helmet, and yeah, Burrow right after that sack clutched his right knee, screaming in pain. That did not look good. So we'll see if Burrow is able to continue. 4th and 29 after the penalty, and after the punt, Huber went down. There's the return out to the 34 by Powell. And with 11:29 left in regulation, that's where the Rams will start. But the big story is Joe Burrow down with a right knee injury. He was able to limp to the sideline, but I don't know if he'll be able to continue. We'll keep an eye on that. That's a good point, Ben. I'm just seeing that comment now. OBJ supporting teammates does not sound right for some reason. That is fair for a guy who seems quite egocentric, but maybe that's just a bad stereotype for him. I mean, maybe he is a good teammate at times. I don't know. Maybe LeBron's rooting for an Ohio team, but he's from the Cleveland area, Hugo. So he's a Browns fan, I think. So I don't really think he's pulling for the Bengals just because he's from the Cleveland area. But I could be wrong. I'll be back after the quick commercial break. The Rams with the football, trailing by 4. And welcome back in, everybody. I don't think so. I don't think OBJ got a ring with the New York Giants. No. I'm trying to think of when that last Giants Super Bowl was. Wait, I could be wrong. Hold on. That is actually a real good question. Hold on. No, that he was drafted by the Giants 2 years after they won After the Giants won their last Super Bowl. I didn't think he won a Super Bowl with them, but I couldn't remember what year he was drafted. As that throw out wide is caught. Big hit out of bounds as Jefferson was knocked out by Mike Hilton. What's good, Karam? Welcome in, man. Yeah, Joe Burrow hurt. That did not look good at all. Yeah, and you are right. OBJ was, he was drafted 2 years after the Giants won the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Well, look at most times sacked in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has now tied the record with Roger Staubach at 7. And we'll see if he's able to continue. I'm sure the Bengals are going to do the Bengals athletic trainers are going to do everything they can to keep him at the ready and allowing him to continue, as Hilton made another tackle for Cincinnati. 3rd down coming up for the Rams. Yeah, appreciate all of you guys who have tuned in tonight. It's been a fun one so far. It's been a little bit unfortunate with the amount of injuries, but that's just part of the game. 18 carries for just 29 yards tonight for the Rams. I mean, they're averaging a little over 1.5 yards a carry. That's it. Stafford going to throw. It's too high. Incomplete to Skronik. And with 10:07 to go, the Rams yet again will have to punt as they face 4th and 4. All Odell Beckham can do is watch on the sideline. He's out the rest of the game with that knee injury. You have to feel for him. J.A. says he's so old he watched that Super Bowl when Staubach got sacked 7 times. So there you go. As this punt will take a nice bounce for the Rams. And it trickles out of bounds. We'll see where they put it. They're going to mark it. It appears at about the 20. So Joe Burrow is back out there. Injured or not, he's going to fight through any pain he's dealing with. 9:58 to go. Back with more after this in a tightly contested Super Bowl 56. Welcome back. They're showing a shot of downtown Los Angeles. Meanwhile, just outside LA in Inglewood, that's where the Super Bowl is taking place tonight. And the Bengals start the drive off nicely. That's Mixon with a first down carry inside the final 10 minutes of regulation. Cincinnati holding a 4-point lead as the offenses have certainly simmered down considerably since a wild start to the second half. "16 carries for 67 yards for Cincinnati. A better running game for the Bengals compared to the Rams, that's for sure. 3 receivers wide. Burrow hands it off again. Mixon taking off, and he gets to the 36 to set up 2nd and 2. Under 9 to play. Every drive is so crucial now. And that time it was Adeniji blocking Donald quite well. Overall, Aaron Donald I'd say he hasn't made as big of an impact as he would have liked, as Mixon tries to plow through the Rams defense, but he's met by Hollins and company. No gain, 3rd down on the way. And this is huge right here on 3rd and 2 for Cincinnati. What does Zach Taylor come up with here? Five defensive backs out there for the Rams. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end for Cincinnati. Quick pass out wide. It's caught for a first down. That's Chris Evans. It hasn't been utilized all that much, but certainly comes up big here. So the drive extended by the Bengals as we approach the midway point of quarter 4. Of course, the Rams need to limit Cincinnati to a field goal if they want to keep it a 1-possession game. Ball at the 39-yard line. As Burrow looks to throw. Screen pass. Mixon met in the backfield, and he's pushed out of bounds. He can't escape Jones, and that's a loss on the play for the Bengals. Under 7 minutes remaining. Time continues to tick down here at Super Bowl 56. Another handoff to Mixon, who runs to the right, tripped up. And about the 39, Darius Williams making the play. The Rams defense overall has had a solid performance. I've thought, 7 sacks, you can't take anything away from that, but Cincinnati has found ways to make big plays. And now Jones is down for the Rams. Looks like his arm is what's bothering him as he takes a jog over to the sideline. It's 3rd down and 9 for Cincinnati. Clock stopped right now with 6:37 left. So we're back to action. Cincinnati, 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Burrow in the shotgun. Ball at the 40, quick release, and it's dropped. 4th down coming up. Tyler Boyd could not haul it in. Probably would have been stopped short anyways. And on 4th and 9, out come the special teams. And the Rams will yet again get the ball back, trailing by 4. LA running out of opportunities to come back. I mean, I don't think he dropped it on purpose, but I mean, I don't know, maybe. But I don't think so though. Here you go. Here's the punt from Huber. Fair catch called for and made at the 21 by Powell. All right, we have 6:13 to go. You won't want to miss the ending. Stafford and the Rams offense back on the field. LA trailing by 4. It's coming down to the wire, folks. You won't want to miss the ending. And welcome back, Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, of course, on hand for this one. Currently actually talking with Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. 6:13 remaining in this one. Yeah, I think that's what it was, Jay. He just looked up field too early before the ball came to him. Here you go. Stafford will throw. This is caught. 9-yard reception for Bryson Hopkins. 6 minutes left. Rams down by 4. Remember, the Rams completely botched an extra point earlier, and that's why they're in a situation where they need a touchdown rather than a field goal. As Stafford throws to the sideline, but it's underthrown to Skoranek. Third down and 1 for LA. Do they run it here? Obviously, the run game hasn't worked out too well for the Rams tonight, but in a 3rd and 1 from your own 30, have to imagine that that's taken into consideration here as Akers is lined up in the backfield. Bunched formation for LA. It is indeed handed off. Akers trying to push through, but it looks like he's short. He is. A huge tackle made by Jermaine Pratt. And now on 4th and 1, do you go for it if you're Sean McVay on your own 30-yard line? They still have all 3 timeouts remaining. This will be interesting. Yeah, the run game has just been completely stagnant for LA all night long. Well, the offense is staying out there, at least to try to catch them offside. Play clock down to 1. They will run a play. It's handed off to Kupp, who cuts inside and has a first down. How about that? He gets to the 37 and moves the chains to keep the drive alive for LA. Wow. That was tremendous. A great block as well up front. Inside the final 5 minutes now. Quick snap. Stafford has time, but the throw is incomplete. Akers was covered tightly by Logan Wilson. 2nd and 10 with 4:31 remaining. For going back to that 4th and 1, that was a nice play call, really. And as I mentioned, a big time block as Kupp cut back towards the middle for the first down. If the Rams had failed that 4th and 1, it could have been over. I mean, I'm not even joking, because Cincinnati would have taken over already in field goal range, in prime position to score a touchdown. But instead, the Rams carry on, trailing by 4. Ball at their own 37. Stafford throws over the middle. Kupp has it. He's 2 yards shy of the first down. Von Bell with the tackle. 3rd down and 2 for Los Angeles. Rams hurry up. 4 receivers wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Stafford will throw. Out wide, it's caught. They hit Bryson Hopkins for a first down. And all of a sudden, the Rams starting to click and get into an offensive rhythm inside the final 4 minutes of regulation. Ball at the Bengal 49-yard line. Akers now lines up to the right. Stafford has time, swings it to Akers. Has to work for extra yardage here. They'll blow the play dead, and looks like they'll give him 2 yards. Yeah, probably so, Hugo. Probably so. And they're going back to that botched extra point where Hecker just fumbled the snap, and that missed extra point could be costly, as I mentioned. There's Kupp. Right on cue, making the catch over the middle. He's inside the 25. And here come the Rams inside the final 3 minutes of play now. That was big time. Stafford looking to throw once more into tight coverage. It's Kupp again. An 8-yard reception as Wilson made the tackle. 2nd down and 2. Cooper Kupp, Mr. Reliable here on this drive, and really all season long for Stafford. Will LA run one more play before the 2-minute warning? They don't really have any reason to. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. We'll see. 4 receivers wide, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and they will run a play. Hand it off to Akers, who gets a block and has a first down and more. Look at Akers go, plowing through the Bengals defense. He's inside the 10. It will be 1st and goal for the LA Rams. We've hit the 2-minute warning. 1:55 to go in Super Bowl 56. Who will come out on top? It's still anyone's game, and the Rams are inching closer to the end zone. Don't miss the ending of this one. I promise you won't regret it. And welcome back. Final minute 55 of the fourth quarter here in Super Bowl 56. A game that's coming down to the very end, it appears. So far this drive, 11 plays, 71 yards, 4 minutes and 18 seconds for the Rams. And it will pick up here with first and goal from the 8. Stafford surveying his options, firing to the end zone. It's too far for Jefferson. Wow. I'll tell you what, Jefferson was wide open, it appeared, and Stafford just overshot him. Second and goal, 1:51 remaining. Let's look back at the replay here. Yeah. I mean, Von Bell was back there, and Stafford wanted to make sure that Bell wouldn't have a chance to tip that, or even worse, pick it off. But in the end, just a little too much on that throw. Second and goal. Stafford, short pass into the turf. Henderson, the intended receiver, but Jermaine Pratt was right there. Third and goal with 1:47 remaining. The Rams essentially needing to get into the end zone here, trailing by 4. And Cincinnati well aware of that as they try to make a stop. Rams break the huddle. Henderson standing to the right of Stafford. Cut motions to the left. 3 receivers on that side, 1 to the right. Stafford launching, and it's batted down, but a flag is thrown. And what will this call be? It's been a pretty cleanly played game, but a flag here as Wilson batted that ball down. Here's the call. And there's the call. It is defensive holding against the aforementioned Logan Wilson. That'll be half the distance to the goal line and, of course, an automatic first down. Yeah, looking at the replay, I mean, that is pretty harsh. I will say, especially in a game where they have kept the flags in their pockets for the most part. Stafford rolling right to the end zone. It's caught. Cooper Kupp for the touchdown. And he got hit hard on his way down, and Stafford is not happy about it. He starts chirping with Mike Hilton. A penalty marker down, but all signals point to this being against the Bengals for that hit. And Kupp slowly gets back to his feet. We await the verdict, but it looks like the penalty will be declined, and it will be a Rams touchdown. 1:38 to go. As a pretty long conversation is taking place among the officials. Here's the call. Wow. So offsetting penalties. So I take it all back. There were penalties on both teams. A holding call against the Rams, and then that unnecessary roughness penalty against the Bengals. So by rule, those offsetting penalties mean we'll replay the down. Wow. Yeah, well, so the Rams will try again here on first and goal from the 4. Stafford rolling right, buying time. He throws to the end zone, incomplete, but out come the flags. This will be pass interference against the Bengals' Eli Apple. And this will place the ball at the 1. Pass there intended for Kupp, and yep, that was a clear hold. Now, that is the correct call. The last holding I wasn't sure about. This one I am sure about. So, as I mentioned, the ball placed at the 1 yard line and an automatic first down. So the Rams are in prime position now to get into the end zone. Yeah, we could see a quarterback sneak coming up, Hugo. That's for certain. Rams break the huddle, still have all 3 timeouts in their pocket as well. Akers lines up behind Stafford in the backfield. It is a quarterback sneak. Stafford trying to push through, but he's stopped a half-yard shy of the goal line. So a goal line stand. It'll be 2nd and goal now. And it looks like Cincinnati are going to call a timeout. Yep, they'll use their first timeout with 1:29 remaining, which makes sense now because, of course, you have to think that the Rams are, in all likelihood, going to get in. And with that assumption, if you're the Bengals, you need to leave time on the clock for you to get the ball back and have a chance to get into field goal range. Wow, what an ending this is from SoFi Stadium. This drive, 14 plays, 78 yards, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. The ball essentially at the half-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield is Akers. It's going to be a lob to Kupp, and he has it. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And the Rams can finally celebrate a 15-play, 79-yard scoring drive, and LA are back in front. With 1:25 to go, the Rams back in the lead. A 1-yard touchdown pass. A perfect pass from Stafford to Kupp. Second time those two have connected for a touchdown. And the extra point, the crucial extra point, is good. No mess up this time. Matt Gay sends it through the uprights, and the Rams take a 23-20 lead over the Bengals. Oh, I'm just seeing your question now, Hugo. If the Rams got it, would you go for 2? No, I'm not surprised, and I don't blame them for going for the extra point there. You can't take the risk of going for 2 and not getting it, in my opinion. You have to make it at least a 3-point game because there's still plenty of time for Cincinnati to get into field goal range. So the extra point was the smart decision there. How about Cooper Kupp? 8 receptions for 92 yards and a couple touchdowns tonight. Yeah, exactly, Jeffrey. So many of these playoff games have been just great games. So it's only fitting that the Super Bowl has been great as well. 23-20 LA, but still a lot of time on the clock for Joe Burrow and Cincinnati's offense. 85 seconds to work with and 2 timeouts. And not only is that enough time for a game-tying field goal, that's enough time to potentially get a game-winning touchdown. We shall see how this drive all plays out for the Bengals. This is going to be quite intriguing. Kicking off is Gay, and that's into the end zone for a touchback. Two timeouts, 1:25 to go. That's the situation for Cincinnati as Aaron Donald tries to fire up the crowd. It is about half and half by the looks of it when it comes to Rams and Bengals fans, even though this game, of course, is in LA. Cincinnati fans traveled well. You got to give them that. Burrow throws to the left. A great catch by Chase, and he turns around for a first down. Down the sideline, he went across the 40. Some extra yardage at the end. A 17-yard reception. 1:19 to go. Clock stopped. Wow, that is a big-time play by Jamar Chase, the rookie out of LSU. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jalen Ramsey has been beat quite a bit tonight. And that was another one of those times right there. Yeah, I know, Hugo, as that's a big hit. Speaking of them, Tyler Boyd holds on. Weddle delivered the hit, a 9-yard reception over the middle. 2nd down and 1 as the clock continues to tick. The ball close to midfield, a minute to go and counting. On 2nd and 1, Burrow going deep down the sideline, but it'll land out of bounds. No one even near it. 3rd and 1 with 48 seconds left. Do you run it here? Remember, the Bengals still have 2 timeouts left. There's Evan McPherson on the sideline. He's had quite the postseason so far. 14 field goals made on 14 attempts this postseason. The rookie 100%. His long coming from 54 in these playoffs. And on 3rd and 1, it looks like they will hand it off. Yep, up the middle, but stopped just short as Pirine. Yeah, they're going to mark him short. A half yard shy the marker. 4th down indeed as Cincinnati used their 2nd timeout. Wow. Yeah, Aaron Donald making the tackle. What a huge tackle that was. Just held Pirine back, and Pirine couldn't garner the strength to escape from Donald and pick up that 1st down. So here we go. 4th down and 1. This is it right here, folks. The Bengals have to get it. Down by 3. Pirine in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Burrow swung around and throws incomplete. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, folks. 39 seconds left, and LA take over on downs. Once again, Aaron Donald and the Rams defensive line getting the best of Joe Burrow, who was left hopeless. He was spun around and did everything he could to try to find a teammate. And I'll tell you what, it almost found Pirine that pass, but not quite. Donald, what a night for him. And he pointed to his finger saying, the ring is coming. 39 seconds left. And that's how this game's going to end. Cincinnati only have 1 timeout left. And so they can't control anything now. The Rams line up in victory formation. 1 kneel down for Stafford, and now Cincinnati. Nope, they won't even bother using their final timeout. It's all over. The Los Angeles Rams are Super Bowl champion. Super Bowl 56 belongs to the LA Rams, 23-20. The final score. What a game it was. And I'll tell you what, all of those big moves, giving up 1st-round draft picks, it's all paid off for the Rams. All those big moves really signaled that it was Super Bowl or bust, and got to give them credit. They delivered. A devastating loss, meanwhile, for Cincinnati, who just had an incredible run here in the playoffs, but fall just short in the end. The LA Rams are Super Bowl 56 champions in their home stadium as well. How about that? Odell Beckham in tears. He can't believe it. He gets a ring. It was unfortunate that he had to exit so early with that knee injury. But he was still a big part of this team. Got a feel for Joe Burrow and the rest of the Cincinnati team. Here are the thoughts of Aaron Donald as he lets it all soak in.
What's the immediate feeling you've got right now?
I'm so happy. I wanted this so bad. I dreamed this, man. I dreamed this, and it's like, it's surreal. Look at this. Look at this, man. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel great.
What did you see on that last play that enabled you to do what you did, make that stop?
Strange. You know, one last play to be world champs. Give it everything you got. I found the way to get to them. We made the play we won. That's all that matters. So
you talked about the confetti, the feeling. I know you're going to get a chance to hug that Lombardi trophy that you wanted to hug for so long. How does this measure up to what you thought it might be like, Aaron?
It's the best feeling in the world, man. God is great. God is great. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
You had talked about wanting to possibly call it a day and retire after this. What do you think?
I'm in the moment. I'm gonna just enjoy this right now with these guys. My kids come on the field. This is the promise I made to my daughter when she was 5. So we're gonna play the confetti for a minute, man. And I'm just gonna live in the moment. So
congratulations, Aaron.
thank you.
All right, a very emotional Aaron Donald, and now Matthew Stafford.
Can you describe the emotions of this moment?
I'm so proud of this team. There's so many guys on our team that deserve this. So many great players, guys that have just given their heart and soul to this team, guys that are either playing in this game or not, because of injury, whatever it is. But I'm just so proud of this group. I mean, again, today's the story of our season. You know, it's up and down, it's tough, and we're a freaking tough team. Showed up late and got it done. I'm excited.
What gave you the confidence on that final scoring drive? The chemistry between you and Cooper Kupp?
Oh, I mean, that's hard work. That's hours together. I just thank Coach for putting it. Hey, Matthew, you and Kuko get this thing done. He kept calling plays for him, kept finding ways to give him the ball. He made unbelievable plays. That's what he does. I'm just so proud of this team. It's such a team victory. Our defense played outstanding. Special teams timely and big when we needed it. Such a great game.
Can you tell me about this team and what makes it special?
I think the way we pull for each other. You know, we work together every single day. We sharpen each other's skills playing against us. I mean, I get to go against that defense every day. How can you not get better? I hope they feel the same way about us. But man, we care for each other. You know, and that starts top down. Sean does an unbelievable job of connecting with all of us as players, leading the way. We follow his lead, and we're here now.
Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champion. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, there you hear it from Matthew Stafford. In his first year as a Los Angeles Ram, he wins the Super Bowl. Can't write a script like that, folks. It was Stafford to Kupp inside the final 2 minutes to ultimately get the game-winning touchdown. Of course, a huge tackle by Donald on 3rd and 1 for the Bengals. And then on 4th down, Donald again wrapping up Burrow, forcing him to throw it hopelessly and incomplete. And that would essentially end the game right there. Wow, what a game it was. And nothing to be ashamed of if you're Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Just an incredible run for them. And yeah, we could very well see Joe Burrow back in the Super Bowl in the future, as Hugo mentioned. No problem, J.A. It was a real pleasure. Do I know when my next stream will be? I'm not sure yet, Jeffrey. I have one more week of school before February school break. Unfortunately, though, during February break, I'm not really going to be able to do any streams because I'll be on vacation. I'll be in Arizona for a few days and then in Florida. So I don't know. I want to do Champions League games. So I'm hoping I can maybe do PSG against Real Madrid on Tuesday afternoon, but it depends what I got going on after school and how much homework I have. But we'll see. Maybe Tuesday, PSG, Real Madrid in the Champions League. That's not a lock, but just turn on notifications and you'll know when I go live. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Always a pleasure to be on the call for a Super Bowl. Super Bowl 56 in the books, folks. The Los Angeles Rams defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20, the final score, and the Rams are Super Bowl champions. Good night, everybody. That was one heck of a season. It was a lot of fun. No, I won't be able to do the NBA All-Star game, Jeffrey. I'll be on vacation. I'll be out of town, so I won't be able to do that. Yeah, I am escaping the snow like the Italians. Exactly. Got to get some warm weather, so I'm looking forward to that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure covering this NFL season, and it was a Super Bowl that certainly didn't disappoint. The LA Rams, champions. So long, everybody. And, well, I'll be doing some XFL games. That's what I plan on doing come late April. So that will be when my next football broadcast occurs. But, of course, before that, I'll be covering a whole lot of other sports. So stay tuned for that, everybody. And I'll see you next time.